Hang on to your butts. Chapter 4. Poor Sakura. I was really starting to like her. Alright, let's start by talking to Byakuya. What do you want? You're bothering me. Go away. He's not even trying to hide how much he despises me. I'd better go before he crushes my soul completely. Kyoko, we are now on speaking terms. That's a good thing. But for Sakura to have been killed... Yeah, she's not the type who would go down without a fight.
It's true.
And she certainly didn't, I would say. She was the ultimate martial artist, strong in body, mind, and spirit. So how was the killer able to get the upper hand on her? I wonder, did someone get the upper hand? They must have taken her by surprise, right?
Certainly.
Certainly, they would have needed to if they expected to stand any chance against her. This one is very interesting. It seems that way. I'm sure it's not going to be what I think it is. But I almost feel like it was kind of a suicide? Maybe assisted suicide? I don't know. We'll see. This game is that dark, so I wouldn't doubt it. We already know who did it. Who did it, Aoi?
I won't forgive you.
Byakuya, Toko, or Hiro. That's 3 different people there. So are you accusing all 3? It had to be one of them. They couldn't stand the sight of her. You agree with me, don't you, Makoto? Well, I don't want to say anything for sure without finding out more. Let me help you find out more. You see, Sakura asked all 3 of them to meet with her. You know where? Right here in the rec room. What? After I went to the nurse's office this morning, Sakura and I both left together, right? Well, eventually she went off on her own. But when I saw her again after that, she told me, she said she left a note for each of them. She asked them to meet her in the rec room by noon. And by noon, the Monokuma file said she died right around then. Telling you the truth, I heard it right from Sakura herself, and I tried to stop her. But she wouldn't listen. She said not to worry, that she just wanted to talk to them. And this is what happened. If I'd stopped her, by force even, this never would have happened. Hina? It's impossible not to have regrets, I know. Aoi's account has been added to the truth bullets. I forgot that she had asked those 3 to meet with her, and she asked them to come to the rec room at noon at the same time and place she ended up dying. It might be good to confirm what I just heard with the 3 of them directly. Do you think maybe she just... No. I mean, I was gonna say, like, maybe she did this to herself and she wanted them to be there to find the body? I don't know. If it's Hiro, I will laugh. Sakura drew her last breath sitting slumped forward in this chair. There's obvious evidence of the blow to the head. Oh, I forgot about that. That she suffered. Normally, I wouldn't have any problem believing that was what killed her, but according to the Monokuma file, she had also vomited blood. I can see a trace of blood on her lips for sure. So what would have caused her to vomit blood? The Monokuma file specifically said she hadn't suffered any other injuries. Status of Sakura's body. Maybe her getting hit on the head somehow caused her to start vomiting blood? Not a chance. Byakuya.
That's fine.
However, your eyes have landed on the most interesting location. Interesting?
Naturally.
Yes, most interesting, don't you agree? No, I don't think I'd call it interesting. But it does make me wonder. The reason Sakura vomited blood absolutely has to be connected to why she died. I'm thinking someone poisoned her coffee, because if you notice, there's a coffee mug over here, which we'll look at in a little bit. Let's take a look at this, like, handkerchief or something. This looks like some kind of wrapper.
Huh?
Ah, do you recognize it, Hina? Well, yeah, I mean, I gave it to her. It's a candy wrapper. And Sakura got super upset when she found out Genocide Jack had attacked me, right? After we left the nurse's office, I gave it to her. I thought it might help her calm down a little. So you gave that candy to Sakura? I found a big box of it in the warehouse. I really like them. Actually, as soon as we could get into the warehouse, I took the entire box back to my room. Made sure nobody else could get their hands on them. You really like them that much?
'Cause, I mean...
But I wanted Sakura to get a chance to try one for herself. That's why I gave it to her. But now they've lost all their flavor. Oh, Hina. Polka dot candy wrapper. Oh, so she'd eaten it. What is this back here? If she was poisoned, wouldn't the cup be by her, though? Like, she dropped it as she died? Would Why would it be by the garbage? The poison could have taken a while to take effect. It is also weird that the door was locked, so that's why I'm kind of like, did she put herself in here to die? Also, look at the shoes she's wearing. They're like little tiny shoes. There are shards of glass scattered all around the chair Sakura was sitting on. It looks like a bottle. The glass is all red, and these are the top and bottom sections of a bottle, right? So this must have originally been a bottle. Glass shards on the floor. So this one sounds like someone hit her on the head with it. Something else on the ground near the glass. Monokuma... Huh? Like a chess piece? It's a figure. It fits in the palm of my hand. It's a Monokuma figure. Figure on the floor has been added. Okay. Look at the blood. The blood! The blood! There's a blood stain in front of the magazine shelf. It must have come from Sakura, right? But that doesn't make sense. Why is it so far away from where she died? Okay. I was one of these bottles. Look, 4 red bottles lined up on the shelf. There used to be 5, right? Or 6, actually. Looks like could fit there. And inside each bottle, there's some kind of Monokuma figure. Oh, it's like pieces to a chess game. What I'm wondering is how they get those figures inside the bottles. That's true.
So...
It's no different from your standard ship in a bottle. Huh? You know where the bottle's opening is smaller than the boat placed inside. You've never seen that? Oh yeah, maybe I have.
In other words...
So this is the Monokuma version of that. A Monokuma bottle, if you will. Monokuma bottle. To watch season 2 of the Danganronpa anime, I almost forgot how dark this series got. Oh, it's darker than this? I feel like I'm finally starting to make sense of things little by little. Oh, he's lying. This makes no sense. The Monokuma bottle sitting on the shelf. The Monokuma figure we found on the ground. Looks like there's one missing though. The red shards of glass which probably started out as a bottle. This is just a game in comparison. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Which I mean, Sakura must have been hit in the head with a Monokuma bottle, right? Shards of glass in the Monokuma figure are evidence of that. So I think it's safe to say that Monokuma bottle was the weapon. That's what you think. Same shelf full of magazines. There's all different kinds of magazines here. I didn't even shoot anywhere near the pool. That same pool table. It's not really related to the case though. No kidding, I was trying to shoot this thing over here. Oh, the locker's open and there on the inside, handprint. Yeah.
Why?
What's a handprint doing there? There's a few handprints. And maybe even a face? Looks like someone touched the inside of the locker and it left a handprint in all the dust.
True.
It looks quite fresh too. I'd say someone was hiding here in the locker and they left behind a little something extra. So then, maybe the killer had hidden there until the locked room was open, don't you think? And during all the confusion, they popped out and joined the rest of the group?
Wrong.
Unfortunately, that's not a possibility. Why not?
Hey.
Think back, before we opened the door, we looked inside the room, right? Oh, it was open already? Oh yeah, and the locker was already open at the point. Okay.
Indeed.
So there's no way someone could have hidden in there until after we opened the door. Yeah, so then, what does this handprint mean? Oh, okay, let's look at this. There's some kind of plastic container rolling around near the entrance to the room. Proteinzyme X. Chem A2.
So...
It looks like a protein drink, and it's empty. Sakura must have drank it. Everyone knows how much she loved her protein shakes. And she mentioned more than once how protein was good for all sorts of ailments. I wouldn't take that to heart if I were you. I know. But still, this protein can. It's got a label on it that says Chem A2. That reminds me, Sakura mentioned how the chem lab had all kinds of health stuff. So she must have gotten this from the chem lab?
Just a second.
But that's strange. Huh? What is?
Hey.
You see what's scattered around the can? Shards of light blue glass. They must be parts of the window I broke to get inside. But they aren't just scattered around the can, they're also underneath it.
So...
Why does that matter? Can't say for sure yet, but you're probably going to want to take note of it. I feel like it'll become an important clue later on. Important clue? I'm not sure I see how. Empty protein drink. It's around 1 o'clock right now. According to the Monica profile, Sakura died around 12 noon, so it's only been an hour. Yeah. Was that when Kyoko and I were moving alter ego? Okay, can I not look at that TV? Okay. Did they want me to look at the couch? Nope, we looked at that already. Hey, Leo, how's it going? No, I already looked at her. You. Alright, I guess we're good to go. This door's the only way in or out of the rec room. The door doesn't have a lock, and there's no evidence that the mountings have been tampered with. The only noticeable change to the door is the smashed window, which we did. Which happened, of course, when I broke it to get inside. There's no evidence that any kind of string or mechanism was used on the door. In other words, I don't see anything suspicious about the door itself.
Hey.
It's going good. Nice, nice. Same here. And she is very dead. Yeah, unfortunate.
Certainly.
Can I leave? I need to examine the crime scene as much as possible. Okay, so apparently I've not finished. Do I have to talk to Byakuya again?
What?
What do you want? You're bothering me. There's something I'd like to talk to you about. Make it quick. Is it true that Sakura asked you to meet her in the rec room? So you found out. Interesting. Then it's true? I did receive a note to that effect, yes. But what fool would do what it said and risk being killed by that monster? So you didn't go see her? Of course not. I ripped the note to shreds and threw it away. I haven't seen Sakura today at all. Byakuya says he didn't go see her. Is that the truth? Well, until I can prove otherwise, I have no choice but to accept it as fact.
Come on.
If you're all finished, please remove yourself from my sight. Okay, thanks. I almost feel like we can actually trust what he said there, because he's trying to stay alive as long as he possibly can. I'm pretty sure he's waiting to be like the last one alive, like when it's him and probably me, and then he'll try to kill me.
What the heck?
Boop, 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 boop.
Hey.
Okay. Are we done in here now? Oh, the chair. The chair. Right there. Well, he was afraid of Sakura enough to hide among the rest of us at the cafeteria. Right. Yeah. But like I said, I feel like he's playing defensive instead of aggressive on purpose. The chair was shoved up against the doorknob so he couldn't get the door open. There's no evidence that any kind of string or mechanism was used on the chair. In other words, there's no reason to think the chair had anything special done to it. Having examined both the door and the chair, there's no doubt the reason the door didn't open was simply because the chair was shoved up against it. This kept the doorknob from turning and the door from opening. There was no evidence of the door or chair being tampered with or anything like that. So the killer must have created the locked door from the inside, not from the outside. Okay.
Listen.
Well, Makoto, have you finished with your general investigation? Yeah, I think so for the most part.
So then
you should probably go talk with people now. I'm on guard duty, so I can't leave.
listen to me.
Which is why I've decided you'll go in my place. But she's decided she's gotten a lot more pushy since we had our issue. Well, he was afraid of... but she's right. I do have to go talk to the others. Sakura wanted to meet with 2 other people. I need to hear what they have to say. Where could there possibly be like a... I don't know, maybe there? Like a secret entrance? I don't see any part of the wall that's like indented or anything. Monokuma! I bet he did it. Here's the bear. You like her to be pushy? This door is the only... Okay, I'm trying to leave, but she won't let me. Oh, leave the area. There we go. I guess you couldn't use the door. Those other 2 probably went back to their rooms. Alright, so we're looking for Hero and Genocide Jill. Oh my gosh, look. There's still this here. Wow. Totally forgot about that. So many dead people. I see dead people! I press the doorbell. Bing bong! After a few seconds. Oh, this again? Huh? Who's there? The most negative aura I've ever felt. An aura of total decay.
What do you want?
So you're back to normal. Genocide Jack isn't around anymore.
And you decided to start voice acting.
Don't even say her name. It makes me sick to my stomach. I was in such a good mood, too.
She didn't look like she was in a good mood.
Hey, I was hoping to talk to you about something. Is now a bad time?
Obviously annoyed, Toko slithered out into the hall. Oh, she came out.
What do you want?
You said you wanted to talk to me about something. I wanted to talk to you about the fact that Sakura had asked to meet with you. Hold on 1 second. And poor Junko, I remember when she died so early, I liked her. Yeah, it would have been interesting to find out what her deal was.
Well,
I don't know what you're talking about. Byakuya already told me she had asked to meet with you, with them. What? She wanted to meet with Master too? I just said two, didn't I? I guess now it's totally obvious, huh? Yeah, pretty much. So can you tell me about it? I admit it, I did get the note, but I didn't go see her. I was scared, so I couldn't bring myself to go. Toko claims she didn't go to see her, but can I really believe her? Well, until I can prove otherwise, I have no choice but to accept this fact. Is that good enough? Then I'm going back to my room. That Toko quickly retreated into her room. I wonder what the inside of her room looks like. I wonder. She's small enough to fit in that locker. Oh. Hifumi. Yasuhiro. Yo, Reaper, what's up, dude? What's going on, man? How you doing? I pressed the doorbell. Ding dong. And after a few seconds...
You know?
What's up, Makoto? Did you need something? Uh-huh. You're tired? From what? Yeah, actually, I just wanted to check something. It's about how Sakura wanted to meet with you.
What?
How'd you know about
Could
that?
it be?
Did you maybe gaze into my soul? Have your special abilities awakened in you? I am a teenager, but I'm not the only one she wanted to meet with. Ogre told me herself that she asked Byakuya and Toko to come too. What? When did Sakura tell you that?
What?
Oh, well, when she asked me to meet with her, of course. But didn't she write you a note? Yeah, a note. She, oh my gosh. So many, like, things are happening here. He can't get his story straight. Work is real busy. Are you gonna still be working during the winter, or are you gonna be taking that time off? She gave it to me in person, and she happened to mention the others, like, in passing. Gotta be honest, this is super suspicious. So then you went and met with Sakura?
Got it all wrong!
No way, I totally didn't. Why would I ever do that? And yet, definitely suspicious.
Actually...
The last time I saw Ogre was when Hina got hurt and I took her to the nurse's office.
Don't look at me!
I haven't seen her since then. While I'm here, could you show me the note she gave you? Do I still have it? Let's see, Hiro was feeling around in his pockets.
Hey, come on!
Sorry, looks like I don't have it anymore. What a big, goofy smile on his face. Or with a big, goofy smile on his face, he pulled his hands back out of his pockets. But when he did, I saw something flutter to the ground. Something had fallen out of Hiro's pocket. Huh? A candy wrapper. Hiro is very cuckoo. Oh, you're gonna work during the winter? Okay, just indoors instead of doing anything that's outside. And Hiro is so dumb he can't even lie right. I don't know. I honestly don't know if he's actually trying to lie. I think he's just that stupid. Quick as the wind, Hero snatched it back up again and shoved it back into his
Hey,
pocket.
come on.
Sorry, just a bit of trash I forgot to throw out. Trash?
What?
Anyway, I can't deny that Ogre asked to meet with me, but I never went. So, well, if you excuse me. Forwarding for a reply, Hero quickly slipped back into his room, and Hero said that was just trash, but no way that's all there was to it. Bum, bum. Okay, so I've heard from Toko and Hero. What next? Definitely have to look at the actual crime scene again, but on top of that, maybe I should find out more about the protein can we found on the floor on the rec room. Sure, it must have come from the chem lab. So where should I start? Probably the chem lab, just like you said. Wow. And that's on the 3rd floor? Or 4th floor? Hold on. Let's go to the... It won't let me fast travel there. Or maybe it just did. What's that noise? It's Percy. It's Percy. Let's look over here. They must use these for physics experiments and stuff. This materials, pulleys, steel plates, magnets, and all kinds of stuff I didn't even recognize. It's a time machine. A huge machine like this, could it really be just an air purifier? This machine obviously has some kind of purpose, but I don't know anything about physics to begin with, so I wouldn't have a clue where to start with this. Everything's back to normal. Just like with Sayaka and Chihiro, Monokuma's responsible, I'm sure. Yep, he cleaned up all the blood and everything. Quantum CPU? We're going back in time. Going back in time. Work for you was slow today. I was waiting all day for someone to make a decision, so that way I could make a decision to have someone else get something. Wow, I wish that I could have done that today. It's not how things are at work for me. I won't say exactly what, but we had a mass walkout of a bunch of employees in a certain department recently. Good times. Mario, how's it going? We're doing good. How are you? It's good to see ya. How you be doing? This tarp was used when Taka was killed, but it's unrelated to what's going on now. Pendulums, wheels, rail segments, all the equipment is scattered all over. They're all covered in dust too. They obviously haven't been used in a long time. There's a bunch of files here, probably old lab files of research data. You saw squirrel? Me too. They're everywhere. Dun, 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 dun. Is this not where I'm supposed to be? I don't think this is where I'm supposed to be. I don't think. All you can say is that you were slammed with reservations on Thanksgiving. Oh, you must have been, yeah. That's kind of interesting, though. Don't most people cook for themselves on Thanksgiving? I know for Thanksgiving, everyone comes to my house. You know what? I'm pretty sure it's probably up on the 4th floor. I'm in the wrong place. All because the manager got mixed up and thought jeans weren't a part of the dress code, only to find out they were. Wait, it was something like that that was holding everything up? Oh my gosh. Here it is, Chem Lab. And now she's no longer a manager. What? Alright, Reaper, take care, man. Get some sleep, dude. Get some rest. On Saturday and Sunday. Huh. Oh, so, like, what day exactly was Canadian Thanksgiving? So was that Friday? Lakota, did you have your eye on the Chem Lab too? Just make sure you don't get in my way. Yeah, I got it. I think what you meant to say was, yes, sir, I understand. Okay. Oh. Oh, it's on Monday. Okay, so that kind of makes sense. I know here at the house, well, we're getting things ready, we tend to make either really easy meals or we tend to like get pizza and like some other sort of takeout for a couple days while we clean up and everything. One of the few times a year where we actually like tend to like get stuff from out more often than usual. Someone peed on the floor. That's what it kind of looks like. It was in a bottle. Ugh. This isn't my first time seeing the shelf, but I just can't get over how big it is. I should probably take a closer look at it. Looks like 3 shelves have been connected together to make one giant shelf. More important right now is that powder that's been spilled in front of the shelf. Oh, it's powder. Be careful not to step in it. This broken bottle in front of the shelf, is this where all the powder came from? It says C4. Looks like the bottle had a label on it, Chem C4. Would you like to hear something interesting? It was on the 4th floor this morning checking things out, or I was on the 4th floor. And at that point, this room wasn't like this. Then this powder must have been spilled.
In other words,
that's right, it could only have been around the same time of the incident. If that really is when it happened, it must be related to the case somehow. The source of the powder has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. So on this shelf it looks like a bunch of chemicals that I have no idea what they are. They're reagents. Put simply, they're used in experiments to bring about a chemical reaction. How you have lived in such ignorance for so long, it must truly be bliss. Isn't that kind of harsh?
What?
What, you think studying science and mathematics has no practical application in the real world?
That's fine.
The words of a lifelong loser, which I suppose suits you well. Didn't even say that. Anyway, that doesn't matter. Right now, I need to focus on the shelf. All the containers on the shelf are labeled with the letter B and a number. So I guess I consider this part of the shelving unit section B. I don't see anything out of the ordinary here, in which case I don't think I have to worry too much about the shelf. This Thanksgiving, we are gonna have a big filet mignon dinner. Whoa, fancy. Sounds delicious. On this shelf is... One look and I can tell it's nothing but dangerous chemicals. These look like poisons and other powerful chemicals. All the containers on the shelf are labeled with the letter C and a number. So I guess I can consider this part of the shelving unit section C. Let's see, what's on the shelf? There are all kinds of dietary supplements and different medicines. The protein drink we found in the rec room probably came from this shelf. All of the containers on the shelf are labeled with the letter A and a number. No, one of them says C9. One of them says C9. Huh? But wait! There's one bottle here that's labeled Chem C9. Could someone have put it here on accident? Or on purpose? Let's try to find out more about the shelving unit. Looks like it's split into 3 sections. Section A has dietary supplements, Section B has reagents, and Section C has lethal chemicals. Sakura must have gotten the protein powder from Section A. But what concerns me is that in Section A there was a bottle with a label from Section C. What was a bottle of poison from Section C doing in Section A? There's definitely something going on there. Okay, now this is far-fetched, but imagine if you actually move these out of the way and there's like a hidden doorway there. Think about that. Oh, whoops, apparently we have not checked out everything in this area. Oh, there's footsteps. Ooh, in front of A, you see that? You can make a killer filet mignon, and there's one that says C9. You're right. It's also to celebrate me working at the company for a year now. Oh, cool. Dude, time flies, huh? Gosh, hate it. Bunch of yellow powder scattered on the floor. I better not leave a footprint. Don't worry, someone did already. These are footprints. They're only in front of the left shelf. How do these footprints relate to the scene as a whole? We may need to sketch out the floor plan. But by we, do you mean me? How kind of you to offer. With an insufferable smirk, he handed me a piece of paper and pen. What? Well, let's go, chop chop. Okay. So I got to work, and before long I'd drawn up a sketch of the room. So how's this? Not bad for you, I mean. For me?
See.
So when you look at it like this, interesting. It would appear that whoever left these footprints only had business at the leftmost shelf. They came in, went straight to that shelf, did whatever they had to do, and then left. Nope. Nope. They didn't leave. It's just like I said, I think there's a secret passage. Rude much? He's always rude. It's Byakuya, he's rude all the time, you get used to it. You know what? Have you noticed the voice that I've been trying to give him? Trying terribly? That's what the footprints tell me.
I see.
These footprints must be...
It's certainly possible.
Makoto, are they yours? No!
What?
Okay, then let me see your shoes and I'll confirm their size for myself. Couldn't think of a reason not to, so I quietly did what Byakuya said. I see, your feet are do appear to be too big. Unfortunately, I must admit these are not your footprints. Unfortunately? But with how clear these prints are, it should be quite easy to determine who they do belong to. No, considering the terrible voice part, man. Is he saying that I murdered her? No, I think he just wanted to make sure I didn't. I'm pretty sure it's who I said it was at the beginning. Because I even pointed out, hey, look at those shoes. I'm surprised that their shoes look that way. It doesn't sound anything like a terrible stab at doing Archer from Fate Stay Night. Does it not? Because if not, I'm sad. Should probably take a good hard look at that powder. There's a bunch of yellow powder scattered on the floor in front of the shelf. There's also the remains of a broken bottle. Looks like the bottle was labeled Chem C4. Also, it looks like someone left some footprints in the powder. Based on the positioning of the prints, whoever it was only went to the left side of the shelf. According to Byakuya, the powder would had to have been spilled right around the same time of the time of the incident. That's all I can tell for now. It sounds nothing like him. Dang. Well, it sounds that way in my head. Think someone poisoned her? I almost feel that Sakura may have poisoned herself for some reason. Voice is a little high-pitched for it. I know, but the inflection of it, not like the low. I can make my voice lower if I play with my settings, but that's the way I used to have it, and to be honest, I didn't like it. I like it sounding a little more high and peppy. Oops. I didn't read that. Oopsies. Also, let's take a look at the desk. Because we didn't do that. Never mind. They don't want me to look at the desk. Byakuya. One more time. One more time.
I see.
Makoto, I admit it. You have a good eye for spotting useful clues. But you also need to learn how to make use of those clues. Oh, Byakuya. Yo, they're not giving me any more coins. I think we had just mentioned about going back to the rec room. So let's do that. Never mind. High and peppy, just like a chihuahua on crack. People love chihuahuas. We went to an improv match today, and one of the improv categories was my first time. Wait, you went into an improv match? What is an improv match? You're sorry you're tired? Oh no, I got it. You hate chihuahuas? They're footballs with legs. I don't know. Well, yeah, I know what improv is, but improv match? Is it that they compete against each other? But are they competing? Because you said match. That's why I was like, oh, so they compete? For what? Just like who does the better job? Someone stole your sweet roll. They did. And then they punched me in the gut. Have I never watched Whose Line Is It? Yes, I've actually... Okay. I've actually been... Have you guys ever heard of Second City in Chicago? It's actually where Chris Farley, I don't know if you remember him, got his start. I know what improv is. I kind of have to do it all the time. But that's interesting. I didn't know that there were places where you'd compete. So Makoto, how's your investigation going? Oh, fantastic. Told Kyoko what Toko and Hiro had told me.
I see.
I see. So along with Byakuya, they're both claiming they didn't go see her. It's all too convenient. Someone must be lying. It's Hiro. Someone's lying.
Anyway.
Well, I've made some progress of my own. Sakura's body, the shelf of magazines, and the Monokuma bottles. You never heard of it? Whose line is it anyway? Hasn't been on the air in a long time. If you know who Drew Carey is, he was kind of like the host of it for a long time. He was one of the hosts, and also something Brady, Wayne Brady, might be his name. Yeah, it's entertaining. I can't believe that was your category. Wait, what? It was her category? Oh. The one she watched. Or were you part of it, Leo? These three things have revealed new clues. You do well to look them over one more time. There's some kind of plastic container rolling around near the entrance room.
So...
Looks like a protein drink and it's empty. Sakura must have drank it. Everyone knows how much she loved protein. But still, this protein can. It's got a label on it that says Chem A2. So she must have gotten this from the chem lab.
Hey.
We see what's scattered around the can. Shards of light blue glass. They must be parts of the window. Okay.
Correct. So...
Need to check these. Oh, okay. So were you like in the audience and then they kind of chose you to like be part of it? It was me and 3 other teammates doing the improv. Oh, okay. I'm very confused because I know when I went to the improv, they didn't mind the crowd getting into it a little bit, but it was a team outing, and some people on my team got really tipsy and kind of started to be a distraction. And the people who are doing the improv, like, don't break character. And there was this lady up there, and she laid into them. And I was just like, I think she's really mad. Like, it was pretty crazy. He died in 1973. That's a long time ago. That's like 36 years ago. Gosh. Kyoko said the magazine... Wait, no, 46 years ago. 46. Kyoko said the magazine shelf was hiding a clue of some kind. This magazine is upside down. Someone put it back that way on accident?
Hey.
Something ladies, it said on it. If something catches your eye, it's important for you to explore that in detail, don't you think? Yeah, you're right. I picked up the inverted magazine and flipped through it. It says Toko. On one of the pages near the center of the magazine, the word had been written in bold, bloody letters, and it said Toko. Could this be? Dying message?
Correct.
Then it would appear you found it. Kyoko, is this...
So...
It is indeed a dying message. Someone used their finger to write it. Dying message.
However...
Just to be clear, I'm not the one who put it back upside down. It was already like that when I found it a little while ago. I made sure to put it back exactly as I found it for the benefit of others who might come looking. Oh my gosh. She is potentially messing with evidence. Hey, is that... This is Toko, right? Yeah, it looks like it. What the heck? And she's the killer, right? Aoi needs to stop. Well, it hasn't been confirmed yet. It's settled. She's the killer for sure. That's conclusive evidence, right? We can use it to corner the killer. See why you wouldn't think that, but it seems too easy. If anything, it makes me that much more suspicious. Waifu, calm down. I know. What else had she mentioned? Let's talk to her again.
Hey,
She's, dude, she's making herself kind of a suspect. Oh, the Monokuma bottles. I think Kyoko said she found a new clue involving the Monokuma bottles. Something new, something new.
hey,
So did you figure it out? There's a hidden correlation between all the bottles. Pay careful attention and you'll be sure to find it. That they're chess pieces? Correlation? Hey Kyoko, can't you just tell me what it is?
so...
I don't mind guiding you toward clues, but giving you my conclusion isn't a good idea. Each person needs to come to their own conclusions so that everyone can have confidence in the outcome. And it's not just because you don't trust me, right? No answer. I do trust you to a degree, otherwise I wouldn't have told you anything to begin with. No knight or queen. We had found one of the pieces, I don't remember which one exactly it is. And she's cuckoo? Kinda. She's trying too hard? It seems that way, but she's always positive and peppy, but I don't know. She's seeming strange. Only to a degree.
Hey,
Actually, there's one other thing about the Monokuma bottles that's bothering me. I'd like to do an experiment to confirm it. You don't mind helping me, right? An experiment?
anyway,
Can you gather up all the pieces of the broken Monokuma bottle? Try to get the smaller pieces, too. Are you sure it's okay to mess with the crime scene like that?
that doesn't matter.
I've already done a thorough investigation, so it's fine, and that obnoxious Byakuya is not here,
So
so...
then,
Anyway, I need to get something from the chem lab. While I'm gone, try to gather up the glass. With that, Kyoko left the room. Really don't know what this is about. What choice do I have? I'd better just do it. Took the broom and dustpan and got to work collecting all the broken bottle pieces. Where was there a broom? I never saw a broom in there. And just as I finished up, sorry to keep you waiting.
so then,
Is everything ready? Then let's get to work. So what kind of experiment are we doing?
in other words,
I've got a skill from the chem lab. We're going to use it to compare weights. Compare the weights of what? The pieces of glass you collected in one of the Monokuma bottles that's still intact. Why do you want to do that? That's the point of the experiment. It'll make sense when we're done.
listen,
First, let's compare the weight of the two normal Monokuma bottles. Okay, it balances.
in
Yep.
other words,
Which means each Monokuma bottle weighs about the same. Which makes sense. The Monokuma figures inside are basically the same. Nothing else could really affect the
so
weight.
then,
Now here comes the important part. Put all the pieces you picked up on one side of the scale. Now what might we expect to see? Well, a normal assumption would be either they'll balance out or the pieces I collected will be lighter. Did my best to get them all, but there's a chance I could have missed some here and there.
so then,
Okay then, let's give it a try. It's much heavier. You see that? I don't know about you guys, but I believe in Aoi, she may be acting weird, but maybe she's just broken about her friend dying. I hope that's the case, because I like her. The broken pieces are heavier. How is that possible?
I knew it.
Just as I thought. What?
In other words,
The results of our experiment and the correlation between each of the bottles put it all together. I believe you will arrive at one very persuasive conclusion. So what do you think? It's all on you. Okay. I think the bottle that was over here wasn't one of these. I think someone kind of put it there to cover it up. I think she... Also, we haven't looked at, like, the gouge in her head or anything, or the bump. If there is anyone that is cuckoo, it's Hiro. Yeah, he played the cuckoo real good. He's a real cuckoo.
I won't forgive you.
Toko's the killer, I'm sure of it. The magazine proves it. We've got the killer cornered.
in other words,
Maybe there were two bottles. There were, but I think one of them is like, so with the experiment we just did, I think one of the bottles that was also one of the red bottles was actually from the chem lab. The results of our experiment and the correlation between each of the bottles put it all together, and I believe you will arrive at one very persuasive conclusion. So what do you think? It's all on you. The experiment showed that the pieces of glass on the floor were heavier than an intact Monokuma bottle. And the bottles all have something, or there's no way that we picked up like enough shards for 2 bottles, right? Is that what you were talking about? You never killed her. Why is she blaming you? Oh no, she's blaming Toko. She just said that, but it's actually Toko. Yeah, okay. There's apparently an important secret hidden there. So what, do they want me to just look at this again? Something new, something new.
Hey,
Okay.
so
What else does she want me to do? Kyoko,
in other words,
ever hear of micro shards? I've heard of micro machines. I like those.
hey,
Here we go. The experiment showed that the pieces of glass in the... What? Hey, what? What do you want me to do, girl? I can't even move the cursor here.
hey,
It's the same things. She's just saying the same things.
so indeed.
The music is catchy, thank God.
Just a second.
Just staring off into space isn't going to help you figure anything out. Well, yeah, I know, but
Hey,
don't you think you might need to actually examine the body?
whew.
There's no getting around it. Unlike me, Kyoko didn't recall a thought of touching a dead body. She was completely unemotional. The kind of thing I've grown perversely used to. Although, there are still some times... I can't believe how calm you are. No matter how many times I see a dead body, I can't get used to it.
It's true.
It's totally normal. Then how can you?
So
I imagine it's because I've had plenty of opportunities to touch dead bodies in the past. Sorry, never mind.
hey,
More importantly, look here. Her shoes.
Correct.
You see that yellow powder on her instep? Yeah, it really stands out.
I see.
That powder is clue number 1. Also, I don't know if you can tell this, but she has her name written on her shoes. It's Sakura.
Hey,
Next is the wound to her head. Look carefully.
it's true.
Actually, even telling you that, it's incredibly difficult to spot, so let me just explain.
It would seem
It would appear that she didn't suffer a single blow, but instead received 2 blows to the head. 2
Indeed.
blows? Interesting, wouldn't you say? And there's one more interesting
Correct.
thing. Both of her hands were spotless. There are absolutely no trace of blood on either one.
it's true.
So that's what I learned from examining her body in detail. Kyoko's examination summary. I can't believe she was able to learn all that just by looking at her body. I don't even think anyone but Kyoko could have pulled that off. My waifu is best waifu? I'm surprised that no one's trying to pin murders on her. You might have to dress as Kyoko as a cosplay one day. You should. Be awesome. Be
You
awesome.
caught me sleeping. Your investigation was just so boring, I couldn't stay awake.
You suck, Monokuma.
Should I do it? Is it okay? Can I? Okay, then let's begin the class trial. You know where to meet, right?
Already?
Please go through the red door on the first floor of the school.
Already?
See,
So it's already time, but the mystery of the locked room is still only half solved. At this point, whatever happens will have to happen at the class trial. No, not whatever happens. I have to make something happen. Excuse me? Nani? Oh, I'm nervous. I'm very nervous. Why was that so short? Shadow, how long is this trial? Oh. Oh, goodness. Long enough. Monokuma made his announcement and everyone began to meet up one after another. There aren't many of us here, so I don't know why I'm talking like there's so many people. The ultimate martial artist. A locked room murder mystery.
What?
What the? I've just recently discovered the power of emoticons. Like, no matter how awful something is, if you toss in a smiley face, it turns positive.
Yes, indeed.
For example, you're at a picnic and you find a dead body. This is just plain creepy.
Well?
And how about the reverse? No matter how great something is, if you put it in the sad face, it makes it look super negative.
Yes, indeed.
For example, do you have 100 friends?
What?
He's right, that does. It makes it seem sad.
I can't wait! I can't wait!
Now then, please get on the elevator. I'll see you all down there. Emoticons. What the hell was that? I don't get it.
Just the worst.
I don't get you guys. How can you act so casual after murdering someone?
Don't look at me!
I don't think I'm acting casual.
Don't be mean!
Or, I mean, I didn't murder anyone. Yeah, I'm completely innocent. How dare you call me a murderer?
What the heck?
Whatever. Either way, the truth will be revealed soon enough. Because there can be no doubt, one of us is the culprit. Killer, the one that murdered Sakura. Poor Sakura. She was stronger than anyone I know, and yet someone killed her. That person is here. That person is one of us.
Hey,
But not you, because you're so cute and purple. Staying around here isn't going to do any good. Let's get going.
What the heck?
How can you just stand there and say you didn't do it without even breaking a sweat? Well, with each trial, there are less people to talk, so the investigations would go by quicker. I feel like the last one was really long.
What the heck?
Because I didn't do it. How many times do I have to tell you? The culprit is one of us. Make no mistake about that.
Don't look at me!
I said it before and I'll say it again. It wasn't me. Sure. Come on, it's time to put an end to this. I made my way toward the elevator. I felt like I was moving further and further away from my goal. I could feel a chilling fear running through me, trying to make me rot from the inside out. No matter how many times I go through this, it never gets any easier. Climbed into our steel prison in total silence. We watched the doors close and felt it begin its sinister descent. I wonder why Aoi has that compression band on her knee. I don't know. She's just, like, knees. Is that something that tends to go bad in like a body part that tends to go bad in a swimmer? The elevator lowered, uttering us. It's all too familiar to clunking sounds. It fell lower and lower. As suddenly as always, ding! The ride was over. The doors opened once again. Just the 6 of you, huh? Really? That's so few. You must be so lonely. You say that like it's not your fault. We're all that's left. I wonder, will the class trial end with one less classmate again, or will your school life come to an end completely?
Now then.
Now then, are we ready to begin? You know the drill. Find your assigned seats. Let's go. So the curtain opened for the 4th time. A deadly judgment, a deadly deception, a deadly betrayal, a deadly riddle, a deadly defense, a deadly fate, a deadly class trial. Normally would be the shoulder with all the movement in the shoulder. Stupid bear. You stupid bear. Oh wait. Set skills. I don't think we've gotten any other new ones. Oh wait, Lost in Thought. Increases the time limit for each phase. Effective during the class trial. Ambidextrous. Allows you to lock on 2 statements at once. Effective during the bullet time battle. I kind of feel like getting rid of Lost in Thought. Yeah, I don't think we need Lost in Thought. I'm taking that last one there. Ambidextrous. Bang. Hold on. It's not in here, is it? No. Truth bullets. Let's go over these again real nice and quick like. The apples in stores are a year old. What? What? Is that true? The victim was Sakura Ogami. The time of death is estimated to be around 12 noon. The body was discovered in the rec room on the 3rd floor of the school. There is evidence of a strong blow to the victim's head. No other injuries were noted. However, it seems that at some point the victim suffered from violent vomiting of blood. A chair had been jammed against the door within the rec room, blocking access from the outside. It is believed that the killer did this to create a locked room scenario. Sakura was found dead, seated in a chair slumping forward. Traces of blood were found around her mouth, presumably from when she vomited blood. However, there was no injury or indication as to why she would have vomited blood. Bloodstain was found in front of the shelf of magazines. The blood is presumed to be Sakura's. There's currently no explanation for how a bloodstain would have appeared so far away from where the victim was found. At one point, Aoi had been injured and taken to the nurse's office. After she was taken care of, she gave a piece of candy to Sakura, which had this type of wrapper. According to Aoi, she had monopolized this candy as soon as it had become available, so obtaining a piece would have been difficult to impossible. There were pieces of red glass scattered near the table in the rec room. After finding the top and bottom pieces, it was concluded that the shards have come from a bottle. The Monokuma figure was found laying on the rec room floor. It would fit roughly in the palm of your hand. There are a number of red bottles on the shelf in the rec room. Inside each bottle is a Monokuma figurine. Additionally, there seems to be some kind of unknown correlation between the bottles. Now, we never found the other piece, the other chess piece. Did you notice that? An empty protein drink was found near the rec room door. The container had a label reading Chem A2. The shards of glass from the window that was broken to get into the rec room into the room were found both around and underneath the container. Fresh handprint was found inside the rec room's open locker. Since the locker was open before they opened the locked room, there's no way someone was hiding in there before they arrived. Sakura had written notes to Toko, Byakuya, Yasuhiro, asking them to meet her in the rec room by noon. She had slid these notes underneath each person's room door. Byakuya confirmed that he received Sakura's note, but also claimed that he never went to see her and in fact had not seen her at all that day. Toko confirmed that she received Sakura's note, but also claimed that she never went to see her. Yep, they're chess pieces. A small bit of garbage accidentally fell out of Yasuhiro's pocket. It was a piece of paper with red polka dots on it. Yellow powder was found on the instep of Sakura's foot. And Sakura suffered 2 blows to the head, not 1. No blood was found on either of her hands. All the Monokuma bottles appeared to be roughly the same weight. However, when the bottle shards were weighed against an intact bottle, the shards were found to be heavier. On the magazine shelf, one magazine had been put back upside down. Inside this magazine, Toko's name had been written in blood. It is assumed that whoever wrote it used their finger to do so. On the shelf in the chem lab, Section A contains supplements, Section B contains reagents, and Section C contains harmful chemicals. The bottle of poison labeled as Section C had been placed in the Section A of the shelf. There was a broken bottle in front of the chem lab shelf which was labeled Chem C4. Powder on the floor is assumed to have come from this. According to Byakuya, the powder would had to have been spilled after the incident took place. Someone had left footprints in the powder spilled in the chem lab. These footprints appeared to only near the leftmost section of the shelf. From this, it can be assumed that the suspect only had business in this area. Gosh. Yo, what's up, Wolf? What's going on, man? Are you home? Or are you still at the hospital? Who got killed? It was Sakura. Yeah, we're about to have the trial now. I honestly feel, though, that she
Let's begin
killed
with a
herself
basic explanation of the class trial. So,
Nice, well,
your
I'm glad you're
votes
home.
will
It's good to
determine
hear.
the results. If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one, then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate.
Same as all the
Now
other
then.
times.
Where to begin?
We already know who did it.
Oh, owie.
Whoa! Deja vu.
Mm-hmm.
The one who killed Sakura.
Please don't do it,
He's
owie.
one of the people that hated her. Byakuya, Toko, or Hiro. It was one of you.
It would be crazy if it ended up being her.
Idiot.
I
Or
had
that she
nothing to
assisted.
do with it.
Yeah! I'd never kill someone, no way!
I don't want to hear your stupid excuses.
Hina seems really sure that one of those three is the killer. But she must have some reason for believing that. Jumping to conclusions as usual. She must have a map of it, Awie's account.
It was one of you. One of you killed Sakura.
And what reason do you have for saying so?
Because you all had a motive. You hated her.
Is that it? That doesn't make any sense.
That's the only reason you have her accusing us?
That's low. That's about as low as you can get.
Some concrete reason why Hina suspects those three specifically. I'm sure she's mentioned it before.
It was one of you. One of you killed.
Is it just that they hated her?
Because you hated her.
Nope.
Shoot. It was one of you.
Oops.
One of you killed.
And what reason do
Because you hated her.
Is that it?
That's the only reason you have her accusing us?
No, that's wrong.
No.
Another reason you suspect them is because Sakura wanted to meet with them, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
And that was right before she died.
I had actually forgotten
So
about
there's
that.
no doubt about it. One of those three killed her.
I can't disagree with Hina. There's a good reason to suspect all three of them. Then does that mean one of them did it? I don't know. I don't think so. Pocket trash.
The fact that Sakura wanted to meet with all three of them, there's no way that's not suspicious. One of you is absolutely guilty.
I don't deny that she wanted to meet with us, but I never went to see her.
I didn't either.
Yeah, same here. I never saw her.
Come on. There's no way none of you went. At least one of you is lying. The fact that Sakura wanted to
I
meet
guess-
there's no
I
way
guess
that
it's-
one of you is
I don't deny that I never went.
I didn't.
Yeah, same here. I never saw her.
No, that's wrong.
You have a candy wrapper.
Hiro, when we were talking before, you dropped a small piece of paper, remember?
This game is literally trying to train you to become a murderer and get caught up. Not get caught or become a detective. I'm gonna say detective.
It was white with red polka dots.
It sure was.
What's that got to do with anything?
It means you're the killer.
Red polka dots? That's gotta be the wrapper from the candy I gave Sakura.
No, it's,
Ever since we got into the warehouse, I totally monopolized that entire box of candy.
Don't let it be him. Oh, let it be Hiro.
So there's no way
He's
a
gotta
single
go.
one of them was left in the warehouse.
I'm pretty sure it
In
wasn't
that
him though.
case, Hiro, where did you get that piece of candy?
From Sakura. It's the only explanation.
Well, how many pieces did you give her? You didn't say how many pieces you gave her.
well, I mean, yeah, sure I got it from her, but
What an idiot.
she gave it to me forever ago. It doesn't have anything to do with what happened to her.
When? When did she give it to you?
The last time you saw Sakura was when Hina had to go to the nurse's office, right?
Yeah, so I must have got it sometime before then.
But what Hiro said can't be right, because Sakura could only have gotten the candy after the incident in the nurse's office. And the reason I know that is because when Sakura got that candy.
I got it! I'm not sure about that, Hiro. Hina didn't actually give Sakura the candy till after she left the nurse's office. So if that was the last time you saw her, there's no reason you should have had that candy.
Damn it! I mean, what I meant was, oh, that's right! I did meet up with her in the rec room. You got a problem with that?
Oh, Hiro.
Why the sudden hostility?
But we just talked, that's all. I didn't do anything, you gotta believe me.
Oh gosh.
You're acting incredibly suspicious.
He sure is.
You're acting incredibly suspicious.
You are hostile.
It's not just normal hostility. You're the real culprit. I even have proof.
Proof? What are you talking about?
I'm talking about her shining message.
Is that what the kids are calling it these days? What would a shining message even
At the
be?
scene of the crime, she had
Oh.
written out Toko in her own blood, right? It was her dying message. Just like what you guys were talking about with Sayaka.
That's true. I saw it for myself.
See? See? Toko did it!
What are you saying? No way! I didn't do it!
You just don't know when you're beat, do you?
Hiro, hold on. When did you see that dying message of hers?
Huh?
Oh my gosh, we're asking him? Really?
Well, when we found Ogre's body. Duh.
But if you recall, Hina was very adamant about keeping you away from the scene of the crime. So it's hard to believe that's when you actually saw the message for yourself.
Huh? Hold on. But when Kyoko found the magazine with the dying message in it, it was...
I got it! Kyoko, you found the magazine on the magazine shelf, right?
That's right. Looking through the shelf, I found the magazine with the dying message on it. I found it right there at the scene of the crime, after we'd started the investigation.
If that's true, then what Hiro just said doesn't really make sense, does it?
Doesn't make sense? What doesn't make sense? Everything I said makes perfect sense.
There's definitely something strange about it. Kyoko found the dying message during the investigation, in which case, that clearly contradicts what Hiro told us. Oh my gosh. Please no. What's Kyoko up to? Magazine dying message.
I can tell you exactly when I found the dying message. When Ogre's body was discovered.
And I can tell you when I found the dying message. It was only after the investigation had begun. I found the magazine tucked away on the magazine shelf. When I pulled it out, I saw her final words.
What's your problem? What I said makes total sense.
He said he saw the dying message when he first found the body, but at that time, where was the magazine?
I can tell you exactly when I found the dying message. When Ogre's body was discovered.
And I can tell you when I found the dying message. It was only after the investigation had begun. I found the magazine tucked away on the magazine shelf. When I pulled it out, I saw her final words.
What's your problem?
What I said makes total sense.
Alright, I think I need to take one of the things that, Kyoko is saying. Sounds like it was Hiro, so I'm disappointed. I don't know, or
I
he's...
can tell you exactly when I found the when Ogre's body was discovered.
And I can tell you when it was only after the investigation had begun. I found the magazine tucked away on the magazine shelf. When I pulled it out, I saw her final words.
What's your problem? What I said makes total sense.
No.
I can tell you exactly when I found when Ogre's body was discovered.
And I can tell you when it was only after the investigation had been. I found the magazine tucked away on the magazine shelf. When I pulled it out, I saw her find.
What's your What I said makes total sense.
I can tell you exactly what I found when Ogre's body was discovered.
And I can tell you when
I found it. It was only after I found the magazine tucked away.
Okay, yep,
Pulled it
hold
out.
on.
What I said makes total sense.
Okay.
I can tell you exactly when Ogre's body was discovered.
Dang it! What's wrong? Did I say something weird? It's you, Hero. Man, I suck at this.
I can tell you exactly what I found when Ogre's body was discovered.
And I can tell you when it was only after I found the magazine tucked away on the magazine shelf.
Oops, no, that's not what I meant. I meant to take it.
Shoot!
I'm gonna die.
I can tell you exactly when Ogre's body.
And I can tell you when it was only after
I found the magazine tucked away on the magazine shelf.
When I pulled it out.
What's your What I said makes total sense. I can tell you exactly
when Ogre's body was discovered.
No, that's not what I wanted to do.
And I can tell you when
Oh my
I found the
gosh.
dying message. It was only after the I found the magazine tucked away on the magazine shelf.
When I pulled it out.
What's your What I said makes total sense.
Shadow, are you seeing this?
I can tell you exactly what I found when Ogre's body was discovered.
Did I get it? There we go. My gosh. It's ridiculous.
When Sakura's body was found, that magazine was sitting on the shelf nearby. That's where Kyoko found it, after we'd begun the investigation.
That's what we hope. We hope she's not planting different types of
And
evidence.
you weren't at the murder scene, so
False
there's no
evidence
way
at that.
you could have seen it then. Tell us the truth, Hero. When did you see the message?
Hold on. You're focusing on the wrong part. Why does it matter when I saw it? All you gotta do is read the Vienna sausage Ogre left us, and we know who the killer is. Toko!
Vienna sausage? Huh?
I don't even know where to begin with that one.
Probably a Vienna sausage, and it's so weird that he said that. Also, she has like a mark of like a little dog or something on her shorts. Everyone has a mark on
Trying
them.
to confuse us.
Actually, can we even be sure Sakura wrote that message in the first place?
Yeah? I think we can all agree Ogre wrote that message. 100%, without a doubt, she wrote it. And this is me talking, so you know it's true.
No. Without a doubt, no, I absolutely do doubt it. There's no way Sakura wrote that message. The moment of truth? What? Oh, here we go. Oh, here we go.
Show me the proof. I'm at least 30% right.
I'm at least 30% right.
The occult is bullcrap. Give it a rest. I'm at least 30% right. The occult is bullcrap. The end is nigh. Show me the proof. I'm at least 30% right. The occult is bullcrap. Give it a rest. I'm at least 30% right. The occult is bullcrap.
What the dang, man? Wait a second, was I not in special bullet time there? I thought I was in special bullet time. My bad. Apparently I was not.
I refuse to give up yet.
I totally thought I was in bullet time. Did I just forget? Like, do I still have to reload during that time?
Show me the proof. I'm at least 30% right. The occult is bullcrap. Give it a rest. I'm at least 30% right. The occult is bullcrap! The end is nigh! Show me the proof. I'm at least 30% right. The occult is bullcrap! Give it a rest. I'm at least 30% right. The occult is bullcrap!
Come on, I'm in bullet time. Come on.
I'm at least 30% right.
Final strike.
Show me the proof.
This should prove it.
Yeah, I think the first time I thought I was in special
Sakura
bullet time, but I
wrote
guess I
that
wasn't.
dying message.
I'm completely unconvinced that Sakura wrote that dying message.
Because if you look at it, the message was almost certainly written using a finger. But
There was no blood on her hands.
both of her hands were completely free of blood.
Say what?
Then, who did write it?
Hiro could very well have written it himself. That would explain how he knew about the message in the first place.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
What?
Ah! He admits it!
I figured as much.
But why would you write something like that?
Because I killed her!
You're admitting to killing her?
Please, just let me explain what happened. I got Ogre's note, and so I headed to the rec room right before noon, just like it said.
You just did exactly as the note asked? What a fool.
And when I got there...
Sorry, but do you mind waiting? I asked a couple of other people to meet us as well. Okay. Would you like a piece of candy? It might help give you some energy. Oh, sure, thanks.
That's all she said. After that, we just stood around in awkward silence. Suddenly, I heard her mutter something.
This is it. I'm going to end it today. I'm going to end
As
everything.
soon as I heard that, I just knew. I knew she was gonna try and kill me. She was gonna kill me and make her escape. So of course I freaked out, and then... I saw my only chance. I grabbed the Monokuma bottle from the shelf and smashed it across her head.
What an idiot. And that, I bet, like, barely even did anything to her.
I hit her from behind before she had any idea what was happening. Then she just went limp. I didn't see her move again after that. Once it was over, I pulled myself together. I realized if I didn't do something, I'd be caught and executed.
No.
So I wrote Toko's name in blood across a magazine on the table and I ran away.
I can't believe you! You're the worst! I hope you die!
Well, that's what happened. Go ahead. Roast me, boil me, do whatever you want.
Back your dog wanted to play. Well, Hiro says that he killed Sakura, but I'm not thinking he actually did.
You're not gonna get off that easy. It's death. Death for the one that killed Sakura. We're ready to vote now, right? We know who did it.
No, I think there's more to Hiro's story.
What are you talking about? What else could there be?
He tried to kill her. He tried.
There's
He hit her on the
one
head with a
thing
bottle.
that Hiro's story just now doesn't explain. And until we figure that part out, we can't consider the case closed.
So what is it that Hiro did that doesn't make sense? What he would have had to do after writing the message, it doesn't make sense. Wait. What?
I got it! That's true. Everything you just said. It doesn't explain why the magazine was hidden, does it?
So someone else did it? I still think it was Sakura. With help from someone else.
By the time the body was discovered, the magazine had been picked up, and put on the shelf.
Mm-hmm.
Why would you take the time to write that message, then stick it somewhere we might not find it?
Oh, well, I didn't hide it. I'm sure I just left it sitting there on the table.
Really?
He's lying! He's gotta be lying!
Don't forget that there was obviously someone who was in the locker. And before I said, that looks like Toko could fit in there.
I don't see any reason he would lie now, after already confessing to the crime.
Then he's not lying?
Assuming he's telling the truth, someone else must have put the magazine back on the shelf. In other words, at least one other person was in the rec room both before and after the incident.
I don't think there's any question about that.
But then, who was it?
If they went to the trouble of hiding the magazine, they must not have liked what was written on it.
It was something ladies. Oh wait, someone who wouldn't like what had been written. Oh, it's Toko.
I got it!
Obviously.
It had
Whoops.
to be Toko, right?
I thought they meant the title of the magazine.
Who else would want to hide the magazine other than the person whose name was written on it?
Is he right, Toko? Did you really go to the rec room?
Why would I have... Wait, but more important... That doesn't even matter.
I don't think he's
We already
covering
know
for them.
who did it,
I
right?
think he really did what he thought he legit killed her. But that a blow to the head with a bottle wouldn't have killed her. Doesn't even matter. We already know who did it,
You
right?
just admitted it.
That's right. I killed her.
No, you didn't.
No, he didn't.
Who asked you?
I don't doubt Hiro attacked Sakura with the bottle. But that's not where this case ends.
What do you mean?
What he means is that Hiro isn't the killer.
You can't be serious. That's just... I don't believe it.
Hiro, tell us what happened one more time. If we go through it once more, it should become clear he's not Sakura's killer.
So, what do you want me to do?
Just repeat everything you said before.
Just tell us what happened one more time when you attacked Sakura.
I don't really see why, but okay.
We haven't reached the end of the case just yet. Hiro isn't the real killer, and I have to prove that. Oh, dang it.
I didn't want to, but I did it. I grabbed a Monokuma bottle from the shelf nearby, and I hit Ogre from behind before she could do anything.
You hit her from behind. And you only hit her once. Is that right?
Yeah, just once. After the first swing, the bottle shattered, and she went limp.
See? Isn't it obvious? Hiro really is the killer.
Hiro hit Sakura, that's for sure, but this doesn't end there. There's something that proves that, the wounds on her head. Hold on.
I didn't want to, but I did it. I grabbed a Monokuma bottle from the shelf nearby,
Kyoko's examination
and I
summary.
hit Ogre from behind before she could do anything.
You hit her from behind. And you only hit her once. Is that right?
Yeah, just once.
No, that's wrong.
She was hit 2 times.
If Sakura died from Hiro's single blow, that doesn't explain why she had 2 head wounds.
2?
That's right. She had 2 separate wounds on her head.
And remember, this girl examines dead bodies as a hobby. Personally, I'm inclined to believe her.
But I only hit her once. How could she have 2 wounds?
2 wounds means she was struck twice. What's more, both attacks must have come from a Monokuma bottle.
Hold on. How can you know that just from some cuts on her head? She was attacked twice with 2 Monokuma bottles?
It's not just because of her head wounds. It's also because of the Monokuma bottles themselves. There's something very suspicious about those bottles.
Yep.
Once you understand that point, you'll understand why 2 separate Monokuma bottles must have been used. Think back. After the incident, there were 4 Monokuma bottles left on the shelf. And we found pieces of a bottle on the ground, along with the chess piece it had inside.
That was the bottle Hiro hit Sakura with, right?
For now, just note that there were 4 intact bottles and 1 broken bottle. But originally, there were 6 bottles in total, meaning 1 has gone missing.
But how can you know for sure there were 6 bottles?
That's easy. If you look at what the bottles all had in common, it should become clear.
The correlation between the Monokuma bottles, I feel like it's starting to become clear. That connection must be, it's the object that the Monokuma figure inside each bottle is holding. Hangman's Gambit. What just happened there? Give me an E! Get out of my way! Boop. Bingo! Nice.
Now I understand.
Someone heard before Hiro did, and she died from the first hit. No,
That's it.
Hiro was actually the first one to
chess
hit her.
Pieces.
He was the first one to meet up with her.
Inside each bottle, there was a Monokuma figure holding a different chess piece.
King, rook, bishop, pawn. I definitely remember seeing each of those.
And the piece that was inside the broken bottle we found was the knight, if I remember.
So, what's that matter?
I guess you don't know too much about chess, do you? Then let me explain. In chess, there are 6 different pieces. The king, the queen, the rook,
That's what I'm thinking is that
bishop, and pawn.
in the grand scheme of things, she actually died from poisoning. But we haven't gotten to that point yet.
What was left intact at the crime scene were the king, rook, bishop, and pawn. Just those 4. And on the ground was the knight.
Oh, so the queen is missing.
So we only have evidence for 5 bottles at the scene, while 1 apparently went missing.
What does chess have to do with anything?
Yeah, shogi is way better.
Wait, no, that's not what I mean. So, let's say a bottle did go missing. There's still no evidence that has anything to do with this case. That bottle could have disappeared any time before the murder.
No. It's clear that the missing bottle is connected to this case.
How is it clear?
Are we going to tell her about the
Think
experiment?
about what state the missing bottle must have been in. Maybe then you'll understand.
Wait, in the bottle that was missing, it was broken.
I got it! The bottle must have been broken.
What makes you so sure?
Because there was evidence at the scene that supports it.
Yep.
That's right. We found evidence that shows there was more than just 1 broken bottle at the scene.
And what is this evidence?
It wasn't just a single broken bottle, and the evidence that proves that is, Kyoko and I figured it out before. Oh.
I got it! Earlier, Kyoko and I did a little experiment.
If it was poison that killed her, that would explain why Hiro believed he killed her. Yeah. Jill's acting
We
suspect.
compared the weight
Always.
of the broken bottle pieces at the scene to one of the unbroken bottles. And what we found was that the collection of pieces was heavier. And the reason for that is there was actually more than 1 bottle's worth of shattered glass.
So from this, we can surmise that 2 bottles were actually broken at the scene of the crime, but someone did their best to clean up the pieces of one of the bottles. along with the figure inside. But when they did, they must have left behind a few too many pieces, which is only natural. They certainly had no way to measure the exact right number of pieces to remove.
But why would they have to try and get rid of it like that anyway?
Because of what it would reveal about the case.
There can be no doubt that the second missing Monokuma bottle is involved in this case. It must have been used by Sakura's second attacker.
The bottle that was removed from the scene was used the second time Sakura was attacked.
The second wound on Sakura's head came from that second bottle. Given all the evidence, this is the only possible conclusion.
The
Oh,
killer
yes.
wanted to make it
Welcome
look like
back.
there was only one attack, so they had to get rid of their evidence.
From there, we can conclude that it wasn't Hiro who delivered that second blow. Wouldn't you agree, Toko?
Toko? I'm holding my hair!
And there's the matter of the magazine. You must have been in the rec room when the incident took place.
Wait! I admit, maybe there was a second attack, but there's no evidence I had anything to do with it.
No way! You killed her! I'm sure of it!
Shut up! Until 2 seconds ago, you were claiming you killed her.
I'm not afraid to admit when I'm wrong. That's just the kind of guy I am.
Hero. Oh, dude, crutches. Ugh. I've never had to use them. Thank God.
Plus, I just remembered
That
something
sucks.
that proves it.
You're gonna get really buff, though. Even more buff. Plus, I just remembered something that proves
Okay,
it.
fine. Let's hear it.
Oh, Byakuya, I forgot you were here.
It was right after I got Ogre's note. I was kind of nervous about it, so I went to the rec room early. You know, to stake it out or whatever. So I was waiting there, and that's when I saw her. I saw Toko go into the rec room.
You did?
Pretty soon, Ogre showed up, and she went into the rec room. I assumed Toko was still in there, so I figured everything would be okay. That's why I headed in.
And that's why she was... I bet she was in that locker.
But when I got inside, Ogre was all alone. Toko had disappeared.
And you just now decided to share that with us?
After the shock of thinking I'd killed someone, I forgot all about it.
Could someone tighten the screws on his brain? I think they've come loose.
So, Toko, where the heck did you disappear to?
You don't know what you're talking about. I never went in the rec room.
I'm sure she didn't disappear, but maybe she found somewhere to hide.
Mm-hmm.
Hiding in the rec room? Don't be ridiculous. Whoa, why are you all ganging up on me? You're all nothing but vermin.
Hey, you be careful with who you're calling vermin. Vermin? No, it's not ridiculous at all. I need proof that shows Toko was hiding in the rec room in a Havoc. She left it there for anyone to find. A new element has been added to the bullet time battles. Would you like to hear more? Absolutely. So far, you've probably been pressing the left mouse button during your final strike without a second thought. But from now on, you're going to have to pay a little extra attention to your finishing blow. Now you have to choose the proper truth bullet to use during your coup de grace. You'll select it the same way as during the non-stop debate. Simply press the Q key or use the mouse wheel. Also, like the debate, if your logic difficulty is set to kind, you'll have fewer bullets to choose from. But for educational purposes, we're going to pretend you're set to mean regardless, just this once, okay? Oh, and by the way, you're about halfway through the game now. Go you. I'm only halfway through the game? Or through this trial? Well then, good luck and have fun. Can't be the game.
It's a lie. I admit nothing. I hate you. I curse you. No! That's enough! I admit nothing. I curse you. I curse you. It's a lie! That's enough! It's a lie! I admit nothing. I hate you. I curse you. No!
Wait, no. Thank God. That was close.
I admit nothing.
Wait, what?
I curse you. That's enough.
This should prove it.
Okay, did I not get it that first time? What happened there?